All right. So last week, like ending yesterday, because today's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. Last week got to good things. This week is already crap. Like I got my permit to write exams, and boy, my parents are not happy with the results. Anyway, so like I failed engineering science, like I knew I would, right? But like the first thing, like my parents like, first thing they do, shout, right? Shout, yeah. It's at this point I'm used to it, but it is tiring of them doing it over and over again. I know I just have to change some things, and it could get done, but it doesn't really. It takes way too long for change to happen to then get back to square one. What am I doing? Huh. Like yeah, no. So my parents didn't take that well, especially my mom. My mom never takes bad things well. It, it's just like that. And then I saw my ex, to give her back her stuff, and also a little gift that I bought her a while ago, but I can't return it, so I just had to. So, but I'm not mad about that. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. It was resolved and it felt good. So I'm glad to close that chapter and move on. I gave her the song, and she didn't know what to say, so I'll accept. I'll accept. Her not her being at a loss for words. I'll accept that. But I'm not gonna lie, that song took me way too long to actually get to doing. 2 weeks, but I managed to finish it in acapella. I had to acapella it. My instrumental was not good, but like I feel like for me, for now, until I master like other instruments, I play the drum. I used to play the drum a lot, but I was never really like serious about drum. Like it was more for the vibe. So I'm definitely down to relearn music theory and relearn instruments. Like I want to relearn the piano. As a kid, I always wanted to learn the piano. I grew up with a recorder, and I want to I just want to master things again. Polymath, but like for me, it's fun. Like it's fun. I'm a curious person. I can just get things done, and I'll actually have some structure to my life. But yeah, no. Um, so I had to go back to the university, college to try and get up some answers. But nobody that I could get answers from was there. So it was pointless for me to waste money on Uber trips to come back home. And I'm broke again when I just got some money. Oh man, I am really tired. Like, I think like personal issues. It's mostly home. It's mostly just like my parents, really. I get that they want the best for me and all that, but I'm not gonna lie, them being overprotective about things, like being overprotective, strict parents, it really just kills a lot of motivation. It kills a lot of progress. So like I think that's how I really fell off of self improvement, because my parents they didn't understand what I was doing, and that it was for me, and like I'm tired. It you can't hold off for it, but like you can't just, like, also being raised in a black family, like the whole thing about respect and talking properly, and that it really takes a toll when you try to confront, not more like stand up for yourself, or just like try to put your perspective into their eyes, because because my parents are like things their way, and like even the small things that you can do and that still get the same result in the end, like yeah, like cleaning, for example. I look like you have. They need to know if you're changing it up. Like if you want to do it your way. Like you've always done it your way, but like every once in a while they pay attention and they're like, you're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong, but it's still getting the thing done though. So how am I doing it wrong if I'm just doing it a different way? It's a lot of stuff, but like that's just an example. So yeah, no. Like the other thing, like I think the other reason I've been failing in school is because I realize it's like that's something that I don't want to do anymore, because like, I never really have been able to share the things that I want to with my family. I do want to, but I feel like I need to be able to have space as well. Because if I'm gonna be in the constant vicinity with you, I don't, and I want to do something and I want to say something, but I know you're gonna react badly. You're gonna have a reaction that I'm not gonna like, and I want some time and space for you to also process what has been discovered, what has been known, and then we can talk about it calmly. But it's kind of it's not really helpful if we're in the same vicinity, and like at any moment you can just like snap, or not snap, you can just like talk about it whatever you want when I'm not ready to talk about it, you know, like yeah. So I think I'm gonna keep my distance with my family. It's not a good idea, I know that, but like for me to be able to continue with YouTube and like other projects that I want to do, for now I'm gonna have to keep my distance with, you know, the life that I actually want to lead. It's not good, right? And I do need to have proper boundaries and stuff like that. But like right now, I do just I'm too used to people pleasing and that stuff. So I think that's also another factor that I have to another thing that I have to get over with. But I don't think my parents like change, but my parents don't like not seeing progress. It's weird. It's like a sweet spot you gotta hit, but it's never they're never really satisfied, and it's a whole thing. So yeah, I'm trying I'm getting back into self improvement and stuff, and like focusing on me now. You know, relationships over, so now I can actually focus on myself without having to worry. But I still need to figure out how to get through my parents, through to my parents. You know, so that's like the main factor I think right now. So I'm gonna like go on Allison courses, do some engineering stuff online, get a diploma, get a degree, whatever I can get online. I'm not gonna tell them about it either. So I mean, I know it's not good and it's not a good idea to make them worry and stuff. But if I do something in secret, like that is going to help. I know I can do it my way. I can actually focus and get good marks, good percentages and stuff that would actually reflect my hard work and stuff. Because if I'm doing something and my parents know about it, they're gonna be controlling in a sense. Like I didn't do good in matric. I almost failed matric because like I eventually told them I don't like tutors. I don't want to have tutors. I don't like these extra classes. They feel like a waste of time for me. I'm just regurgitating the same thing, and I'm just doing it to please you. I told them that I was doing it to please them. They were taken aback. They needed to get okay. So they let me do my own thing for like 2 days, and then like they immediately started hammering down like on their focus on me. You know, like they made sure that they took control right over the thing after I told them, hey, I want to do this my way. I want some space, and they you know. So I think like that's another problem with overprotective parents. Because not all of them are like super controlling, but they don't know how to give you space and like you know treat your boundaries properly and stuff. So it's definitely a thing that I have to work on my end, and then talk to them about it, and they have to also work on it on their end. It's a lot, but right now I'll get there eventually. But for now, I'm gonna do the bad thing, the lesser of two evils. I don't know how to word it. I'm just gonna do the thing of like the continuing of a bad behavior, of just like doing it my way in secret, right? Because I have less pressure and I feel less tired. I feel more productive when I'm doing things my way for myself when I'm home alone. But now the way that the exams have gone, trust issues, all that stuff. So I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. Yeah. So Mondays suck majority of the time, at least for me. But yeah, uh, we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, driving test coming up next week, Friday. So I gotta also study for that. Great stuff. But I have an idea of what I want to do for YouTube and stuff, and the career that I ideally want. Gotta do that in secret for now. So everything's gonna be under wraps unless I talk about it. So yeah, peace. Okay, so I don't got much time. Phone's dying. We're running out of space. So my parents finally, got home. Both talked to me about the whole um, failing engineering science. Reasonably upset. They were upset that I have every right to be, heartbroken. Yeah, I'm not being insensitive or blowing. I'm just like I just want to get quickly to the point. I don't got much time. I explained to them that I wanted to do this other course that I found online for free, and they don't. My mom really doesn't trust it because like my parents come from apartheid that time. So like when they got out and had to go to school and stuff, everything was new to them. So they know struggle, they know hardships, they know that stuff, right? And other people that are in my life that I like, they've struggled in life and they've come on up top. They have to work hard now to get the things that they want, right? And that's one of the things that my parents were talking about, like the sacrifices they made, that like all that stuff. I get that, I do, and like I get that I live privileged. I'm not denying that. I'm just also tired, you know. Like I'm not justifying that. Like I also I'm young. I got a lot to come to come my way, right? Like I am just frustrated right now that like I want to be able to have a good relationship with people, and to actually be able to have these deeper conversations with with the people that are closer to me. But right now I just have this wall, this border. Like I don't think I'm there yet. I want to be able to have my own space to be able to, like I was saying earlier, to take a break, you know, and be able to talk. I do want to be able to be comfortable with you, but I also want to be able to speak my own, you know. Like I don't get me wrong. I love my parents. They do get on my nose. They frustrate me. They talk a lot. They want to give advice every moment they speak on everything, right? And it gets tiring. It gets you get like used to it, and you just tune it out, But it's necessary. They care. They're showing that they care, that they love for me, and all that, and I appreciate it. I do. I don't think I'm able to show them, or like to that it's coming across that I do understand what you're saying, that I do care, but it's just not what I want. It's just not what I need, and I want to tell them that, but then I know they're gonna want so many. They're gonna have so many questions, and I just don't have the answers right now. Like I want, just give me time to get there, then I can give you something, right? But I'll get there when I get there. But right now, I'll find a way to get into a proper university and stuff. But all the other things that I really want to do, I'll keep them on the back burner. I'll do it on the side. I'll do it in secret. Like they know that I wake up at 4 a.m. to work hard, but like they know, they don't really know why I'm doing it. I'm I don't really plan on telling people much about the whys and the deeper things. Don't get me wrong. Like I can just keep something simple, but I know things go deeper. Not just for me, but like people, you know, they have lives, and I do want to show that I respect them, that I care for them. It's just I didn't know that. Sometimes it's just like, sorry, I didn't know. I apologize. I'm a jackass. I feel a lot more arrogant and disrespectful towards you. So this was a good talking to that I needed, right? So I'm going to change. I got a lot of things to do tomorrow, but I'm not gonna open up. I'm not gonna, or at least I'm gonna put in like I if people want to know what's going on, I'll let them know. Like they just gotta ask, But I also want to be able to be in the position to share and be comfortable to share, right? So that's the plan. Like the plan is just keep working together, push hard, work hard, do that. Like let people see, right? But slowly open up. Slowly. We be walking around today looking for a job. I think this place might still have what's it? All right. So I've been thinking a lot about like this, how marches went, and where things are gonna be going. And tomorrow's the last day of March, and like I've been thinking about like how I've been able to go in and out of like focusing on myself and improving and getting back into projects that I've been meaning to do, like the song that I released the other day. I do want to remaster and actually like learn music theory again and instrumentals and how to produce. So definitely want to fix that up. But it's also just like I'm capable of putting myself back together and like getting somewhere that I want to be. And I did not study for my maths, bro. I am gonna fail that thing. But I cleared a lot of space on my phone, so now I can actually get some other projects done. And I need to change the style, or not change. I need to improve, right? So like I need to actually do things that I make things as satisfied to the quality that I want to be and let them out. Sometimes I just need to get the idea out, and then refine it later, which I don't mind doing. But sometimes, people steal things and it's a whole thing. So I do want to be releasing regularly to push myself to be more productive, more organized, focused, disciplined, patient. I want to build that and move into a better direction. So this week has been helpful, you know, and like this whole month trying to focus on myself. So as I go into April now, I do want to take a more private, more focused direction. Like I like the whole thing with the ex girlfriend thing. Like I'm I feel like I'm moving on. I have moved on now, and I'm moving on more. And I should not be trying to get into another relationship right now. I just need to focus and just work on the relationships that I have with friends and family, and you know I want to take that and work on that personally and not put that out on the internet, and you know build my portfolio, work professionally. Like earlier this week I applied for a job. I don't think I'm never gonna hear back from them, but it felt good to actually just talk to the people there and ask about a job. So yeah, things feel good, and I need to learn a lot in this week. I need to pass my maths exam tomorrow that I did not really study for, and I also need to pass my driving test. I'm not gonna pass my driving test most probably. It's my first one, but I need to at least not have too much mistakes. I want to have like maybe like 20 points, 20 point gap from just pass. Like I don't mind that. So I need to. I'm gonna be a bit busy until Friday. So yeah, I got projects planned. I got classes to take. I got an exam that I'm just gonna study a lot of tomorrow morning because I'm trying to sleep early, wake up early, get back on the grind. So yeah, see you next week, and I hope I release another project. Hopefully Friday. So yeah, see you when I see you, and remember that life is life, and you choose how to impact it. Good night.